you got Esau right here spraying crowds of people.
That was that movie, The Purge. Because every corner they went, it was like something was happening. Somebody was getting killed. A woman was getting raped. Anything that even that you could imagine was happening, man. And everybody's all hyped up on all these different chemicals and drugs, and everybody wants to be the ultra masculinity tough guy. Everyone has a deep, dark fantasy. It's gonna be like that movie Hostile, man. All the freaks are gonna come out.
Yeah, freaks come out at night, man. We're getting ready to get to the darkest hour.
Yeah, right out the door. It says, at destruction and famine thou shalt laugh, neither shalt thou be afraid of the beasts of the earth.
Man. Hey, so the Lord, and that's not going to come from you just not being afraid. That's going to be a spirit that the Lord puts on you. So the only way to make it through is if Yahweh Shai is dealing with you. So, hey, we got to give diligence. Alright, to make that calling and election short, man. Why does it say so we can have confidence in the return during that time, man? Because, look, it's just us out here in this. Look at all this wickedness that's going on. I hear about, you know, people that come up talking about all these Israelites that are in the destiny. All my friends in Israel. Oh, where they at? I don't see them. I've never seen no Israelites out here.
They say the same thing about Philippi.
Oh, there's so many Israelites out. Where are they at? They're hiding in their campus. Right? The majority of these people ain't right, man. The majority of even the ones that call themselves Israelites, they ain't right, man.
I know they said, what did they say, there's 8 million Israelites in America?
Yeah. I mean, come on, where are they at? 8 million. They're behind keyboards, man. But the majority of them are scoffers, talking shit about Great Millstone. Many Israelites are gonna die, man. You know, so we gotta give that diligence, bro. Make our calling and election short. Because, like I said, this is wickedness out here, man. It's just us right now. When we're all back, the camp gets back in order. Really, we're edifying ourselves. We're speaking to ourselves in psalms and in hymns. We ain't worried about these people. Alright, we're building, the whole point is building I'm worried about you guys. That's all I'm worried about. You know, if somebody wants to come in, hey, that's good. But really this is about us. That's why it doesn't matter who listens, who notices. It doesn't matter, because really, this is the body that's being edified. Even when all of us are up here speaking, it's good to be mindful and pay attention to what's being said, because we're edifying ourselves. All right?
Yahweh said it best. He said, to you it is given, but to them it's parables, riddles. So they can't understand it.
It's just a secret club, man. You know, that's why, hey, the Apostle Gabar always says this thing of ours. It's not this thing of everyone's. It's not a thing of theirs. It's this thing of ours. Right? This is an exclusive club, man. And everybody that's on the outside looks in, just thinks whatever wicked thought they want to think about us. If only they knew. They have no idea the power that's in the circle. Alright? They have no idea the power that's in our corner. It's hidden from the world. They cannot receive it, man. You see it. So don't you want to do everything that you can to be a part of it? To be a part of that number? Don't you want to fight for that? You want to fight to stay in this thing. Alright?
It is a fight.
You're gonna fight to stay in this thing.
This says, for thou shalt be in league with the stones of the field, and the beasts of the field shall be at peace with thee. And thou shalt know that thy tabernacle shall be in peace, and thou shalt visit thy habitation, and shall not sin.
Yeah, you're gonna know that you're gonna be in peace, man. See, everything is spiritual. Everything is through the spirit. Alright? So it has to be spiritually discerned. You gotta realize that if you want the Lord to deal with you, it's not by your knowledge of the scripture, it's by your relationship with Yahweh.
Yeah, that's the reason why, even though it's a rap song, that's the reason why I sent that Yellow Wolf song, Best Friend.
Yeah.
Because you gotta have your own personal relationship.
You want to be, first and foremost, you want to be a good friend to Yahweh. And you do that by being righteous. Striving for that righteousness. That is.
Just go for tonight. Go back to the Ephesians.
This is Romans 2 and 28. It says, for he is not a Jew, which is one outwardly, neither is that circumcision, which is outward in the flesh. Like you had that little dude that came up, and he was like, my family was like the first ones that came out of the slave ships from Alabama and this, that. He's a Jew outward. He makes his boast of being a Judite. I'm gonna try. That dude was so proud. Had no understanding.
We got a lot of camps like that. They're so proud of. They think everybody's gonna be like looking black and whatnot.
Yeah.
Like that one. I think his name's Panah.
Yeah.
Now he's teaching everybody's gonna be looking like Negroes.
Yeah. That's wickedness, man, because you are denying the northern kingdom.
And that goes against scriptures.
And it goes against the scripture.
And the spirit.
That's adding on to the word too.
Because the Most High said that he was gonna take away that animosity.
Yeah.
And put them together on one stick.
But that shows you types of fruit.
Yeah.
The types of fruits that he's bearing. So you see that he's a false prophet. That's a wicked person.
Yeah.
You got people that's like that. It's not about the spirit. It's about how fucking black you are.
It's really about what they feel they're with.
You can't be an Israelite. You're not dark enough. Your hair's not kinky enough. It says, verse 29, but he is a Jew which is one inwardly, and circumcision is that of the heart in the spirit, and not in the letter, whose praise is not of men, but of Yahweh Shem Shah. So how do you know you're an Israelite? If you are inward, if you are one inward, it's through the spirit.
And the only ones that can be one inwardly is the Israel the Most High.
Israel the Most High. Romans 9 and 6, not as though the word of Yahweh Shem Shah had taken none effect, for they are not all Israel which are of Israel, Neither because they are the seed of Abraham are they all children, but in Isaac shall thy seed be called. And it's told you that, you know, Jacob have I loved, Esau have I hated. So you know Jacob was that seed. But not all they which are of Israel are Israel. Just because they're Israelites outwardly in the flesh doesn't mean that they're Israelites inwardly.
Because you know that breakdown in Revelation the 3rd chapter, the synagogue of Satan.
Yeah, it's talking about Jacob.
That's talking about Jacob.
And that's true, man. You see Jake's pouring out madness. Did y'all see the video I put up? That one dude, and he was just saying all types of gibberish. And then at the end, his brother was like, "Did this dude just say Shalom Aleichem?" He said Jake is bugged out, bro.
Yeah.
This guy just say Shalom Aleichem.
I remember I saw that one that one guy that was in the break. He was popping and shit on stage, talking about Jesus Christ. And then the brother making like he was a superhero and shit, had superpowers and saw flying in the air. That's Jake bugged out, bro. But
hold on. That's the scripture. That's that scripture. This is Romans 10:1. Brethren, my heart's desire and prayer to Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua for Israel is that they might be saved. For I bear them records that they have a zeal of the Most High, but not according to knowledge. For they being ignorant of the Most High's righteousness and going about to establish their own righteousness, have not submitted themselves unto the righteousness of Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua. For Yahushua is the end of the law for righteousness to everyone that believes.
All these, especially these Christians, man, so-called, they all try to establish their own righteousness, man. And it's not even according to the scriptures. They read the Bible, they're hearers of the word, but not doers of the word, man. And then they try to justify their wickedness.
Well, they tell you to abstain from this. Mm-hmm. Because what they do is they tell you that you don't have to do a lot of the things that's contained within the Bible. Really, Jesus Christ is just an open door for wickedness, man.
Yeah.
That's all it really is.
In God we trust. That God is Satan, man.
Because Christianity is a do as thou wilt doctrine.
Yeah. Which is gonna what do they call it when they're trying to merge the three religions together? The three major religions. I forget the exact word. I forget. But it's a new world order religion, man, which pretty much goes back to Alistair Crowley's do as thou wilt. You know, that New Age movement. You know.
And this is Romans 2:11. It says, "For there is no respect of persons with the Most High. For as many as have sinned without law shall also perish without law. And as many as have sinned in the law shall be judged by the law. For not the hearers of the law are justified before Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua, but the doers of the law shall be justified." Alright? So it's telling you in the scriptures that either way, whether you're in the truth or not, if you sin, there's judgment for it. You know, it says, "Many that have sinned without the law shall perish without the law." You know, those that sin within the law shall be judged by the law. You know, but if you repent and walk in the Spirit, all right, then at that point is the law done away with. Right? Because there is no law against righteousness. There is no law against walking in the Spirit. You know? So then your deeds are manifest in Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua and righteousness at that point. You know? But, you know, like it says, those that sin in the law will be judged by it. If you don't get your shit together. There's more to sing in this song than just preaching. foreheads. And I heard a voice from heaven, as the voice of many waters, and as the voice of a great thunder. And I heard the voice of harpers harping with their harps, and they sung as it were a new song before the throne, and before the four beasts and the elders. And no man could learn that song but the 144,000 which were redeemed from the earth. These are they which were not defiled with women, for they are virgins. These are they which follow the Lamb whithersoever he goeth. These were redeemed from among men, being the first fruits unto the Most High and to the Lamb. And in their mouth was found no guile, for they are without fault before the throne of Yahweh Shem Shai. So how are you going to be found without fault, even though you're a sinner? Because you repent and beg for forgiveness and turn away from your sins, and you have a righteous spirit, because in the spirit you serve Yahweh Shem Shai. Yep, exactly. That's part of that. It is a perfect example, because he went off.
He went off major.
But he had a righteous spirit.
Yeah, he was righteously repentant.
Yep, he had godly sorrow. And so in his mouth was found no guile, because he wasn't one that hung his head in deceit. Like you showed he had little crocodile tears like Edomites do when they get caught. Yeah, they start crying, But really, they don't give a shit. They're not really. They just putting on a show.
Circus.
But in the elect's mouth will be found no guile. Why? Because they're gonna sincerely repent. What do you got?
Let me get this one. This is Revelation chapter 3, verse 9. Behold, I will make them of the synagogue of Satan, which say they are Jews and are not, but do lie.
Yeah, they're outwardly they're Jews, but inwardly they're ravening wolves, man. All right, and those that are in the spirit, you can clearly see.
Like you guys going to the gun ranges.
Yeah, all that madness. Watch out.
Or going to the gym and or going to a dojo or whatever,
Yeah.
Should be discreet, man. The scriptures talk about discretion, man. Or always wearing fringes and whatnot on your clothes, sewing fringes and whatnot.
You're on social media talking about Israelites, and you have videos of shooting guns, doing takedowns and shit.
Then you got the black woman jumping in the lion's den, trying to be the lion tamer, talking about she's Israelites. That's just Esau's way of trying to demonize us, man. So we gotta, as the scriptures say, walk circumspectly. Yeah. And it also talks about discretion, man. And then we're in the age of, there's thousands and thousands of cameras. There's thousands and thousands of auto recorders, man. So we gotta be more mindful of our conduct.
Yep.
Especially out in the world, man. Just as the apostles even said, you shouldn't be going to no club or going to wherever, man. Because then they're gonna have you on World Star.
Yep.
Oh, Israelite, gets into a scuffle or whatever. And then that makes us look bad. Oh, well, all they do is drink and fight. So we're justified and rolling up on it. Yeah. Says, behold, I will make them to come and worship before thy feet and to know that I have loved thee. Yeah, because we became our own people's enemy. Why? Because we tell them the truth. They want to kill us. We ain't gonna, what did he do with Paul? We're not gonna eat until Paul is dead.
Yeah. Bound themselves by a great curse.
That's heavy, bro. That's how much that spirit is still here, man. Because the Bible speaks about reincarnation. So that spirit is still here. There's individuals set up as opposition just to hate the men of the Lord and want to put us to death. Look at all the scoffers and scorners. on the comment boards, keyboard warriors. You don't think they want to kill us? Esau want to kill. He tried to kill us a month or so ago. Trying to justify, oh, they're Muslims. Trying to lump us into some terrorist type of shit, man. Which Esau is going to do anyway. Oh, we got to protect America. You know what I mean?
This is St. John 16:2. They shall put you out of the synagogues. Yeah, the time cometh that whosoever killeth you will think that he doth the Most High service.
Hey, Paul had that, Saul had that spirit. He was putting Israelites to death, man. Until the Most High had to intervene, man. But didn't he say, you're making it hard to kick against the pricks, or?
They said it's hard to kick against the pricks.
The pricks is the stone, right?
And really, when you're coming up against the truth, that's essentially what you're doing. You're just kicking against rocks, man. You're kicking rocks.
Yeah, when you go up, you're pretty much doing the same thing. That's why you get that heavy judgment, man. Heavy judgment. But you got to be mindful of it. Because if you're not mindful, I'm getting judged because I'm doing such and such and such and such, then you're a reprobate, man. You're void of understanding. You're void of judgment.
Really, you could get judged. You could get judged for something that's not even obvious. Like maybe you thought it was for something that you did, but it could be something totally different.
Why you be something from the past life? Because actually, what we did in our past life is what we're getting judged for in this life. As it says in Second Ezra, I believe the 14th chapter. Then we shall live again.
Yeah,
I had a about warning the people, man.
Oh, really, that's what we're doing. Isaiah 58:1.
Yeah, we're warning ourselves too.
We're Israelites.
Because it talks about the righteous man falling back into his wickedness in the same verses. Bring it out, though. This is Ezekiel chapter 3, verse 18. When I say unto the wicked, and I'll start at verse 17. Son of man, I have made thee a watchman unto the house of Israel. Therefore hear the word at my mouth and give them warning from me. When I say unto the wicked, thou shalt surely die, and thou givest him not warning, nor speakest to warn the wicked from his wicked way, to save his life, the same wicked man shall die in his iniquity.
Yeah, what's wickedness? Not believing Yahweh. That's the wickedness, man. Because then you're open up to all manner of sin. Because you have no understanding, you have no knowledge of the Lord. Alright? So if you don't believe in Yahweh, you're inherently wicked. By default. Alright,
but his blood will I require at thy hand. Yet if thou warn the wicked and he turn not from his wickedness.
So that's what we're set up to do, is to be watchmen. Alright? We're supposed to be watching out for each other.
Yeah, that's what the Spirit has us going into this lesson. It says, nor from his wicked way he shall die in his iniquity, but thou hast delivered thy soul. Again, when a righteous man doth turn from his righteousness and commit iniquity, and I'll lay a stumbling block before him, man. So the Most High could just be tired of your shit and then lay that stumbling block before you. And then what? Then that goes back to what? Hebrews the 6th chapter. Have tasted the heavenly gift, but you fell back into the world. Because that's where eventually you're going to go back to. You're going to make all your Tracy T baby videos, and then nobody's going to hear from you again. Or you might go the way some other guys go and just disappear off the face of the earth. Because why? The Most High laid that stumbling block. It says, he shall die. thou hast not given him warning, he shall die in his sin, and his righteousness, which he hath done, shall not be remembered. So nobody remembers the righteousness of any of those guys that fell out, man. All it is just bad reports.
All it is, yeah, it's all bad.
Nobody remembers the righteousness of Element. We just, the Most High has a spirit on him. Look all the bullshit that he did. Yep. Look how he conducted himself. Oh yeah, he was wise, but he was puffed up. So on and so forth, man. Nothing but bad, man. It says, but his blood will I require at thy hand. Nevertheless, if thou warn the righteous man that the righteous sin not, and if doth not sin, he shall surely live. And that's what we're doing, man. We're warning the righteous so he do not sin, so he can surely live. And that's love, man. I'm not a type of person to just keep beating you down, trying to get you to fall back into the world.
Really, my whole thing is to turn back, turn away from it, you know, and fight. Yeah. Fight through these different demons, temptations, these urges, which brings me to a scripture. Sirach 2:1. My son, if thou come to serve the Lord, prepare thy soul for temptation. Alright, so you know, if you're coming to serve Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai, you're going to be tempted with evil. You're going to be tempted by Satan. You know, you might get demons on you. Okay, you're going to want to do those things that your flesh is used to doing. You're going to want to do those things that your flesh craves and wants to do. Remember that the heart is desperately wicked. You could be resisting, and your mind will try and find any loophole to get you to do something. That's why it's a fight, man. That's why it's not easy. Your mind, these demons will start bringing out scriptures. It's okay, bro. Look, even in the scriptures, it says that this is cool. You know, but just because it's lawful doesn't make it expedient. Okay? So prepare your soul for temptation. Set thy heart aright and constantly endure and make not haste in time of trouble. Alright? Meaning don't just run to comfort yourself in a time of trouble. Now, don't just find the quickest way out. You know? You're going through something. You know, don't just look for the easy option. Alright? It says, it says, cleave unto him and depart not away, that thou mayest be increased at thy last end. So by you doing the right thing, you will get a reward. Hey, hold that. Go to Hebrews 6 chapter 6 and 10, because that's what this. Hey, like Yahweh Shai says, I came not to condemn the world. I came to save it. It tells you in the scripture, the Lord doesn't take pleasure in the death of his people. Alright? So really what Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai wants for you to do is to do the right thing. The Lord wants you to repent. Go ahead.
This is Hebrews chapter 6, verse 10. For the Most High is not unrighteous to forget your work and labor of love, which ye have showed toward his name, and that ye have ministered to the saints and do minister. This is Hebrews chapter 11, verse 6. But without faith it is impossible to please him.
Alright, so without faith, remember we talked about what faith really is, man. Being loyal and faithful to Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai. It's not just about, believing in the Lord. It's just an empty belief. Because that's what that is. Faith without works, it's just an empty belief. It's got no power behind it. Alright? Go ahead.
For he that cometh to the Most High must believe that he is, and that he is a rewarder of them that diligently seek him.
Yeah, so that's what you're being loyal to Yahweh Shema Shai for, is to receive those rewards. That's what you're in this thing for. Is to get those rewards, man. Those spiritual gifts. To receive salvation. Yahweh Shema Shai to have you back.
But what? This place ain't everlasting. The flesh, pleasing the flesh, that's just a moment.
That's a moment, yeah. That's a moment. It's a moment of pleasure with a lifetime of guilt. It's not worth it. It's not worth it. It says, cleave unto him and depart not away, that thou mayest be increased at thy last end. So we need to cleave unto these words, man. We need to cleave unto Yahweh Shema Shai. Alright? Pray to the Lord, ask for forgiveness constantly, all the time, and do the right thing so that your prayers have substance to them. So that your prayers are backed up by actions. So that your prayers are backed up by works.
Yeah, because going back to Isaiah the 14th chapter, it talks about the cleave means to hold tight.
Hold fast what thou hast. Behold, I come quick. Hold fast that which you have received. Right? It says, whatsoever is brought upon thee, take cheerfully, and be patient when thou art changed to a low estate. For gold is tried in the fire. This is a trial. You're being tried and tested to see how you're gonna, what you're gonna do. These are the tryouts. Rehearsal. Alright? For gold is tried in the fire, and acceptable men in the furnace of adversity. Believe in him, and he will help you. Order thy way aright, and trust in him. So it says, if you believe in him, you do these things, alright, he will help you. Okay, he's not just going to leave you with something. You know, when you're resisting certain things, like I said, some you could be tempted by something, and it could just be putting straight hell on you. Like, oh, your mind is constantly trying to get you to do something, and you fight. Okay, if you endure it, by the end of it, your spirit will be increased. The Lord's just not going to leave you in that state. It says, ye that fear the Lord, wait for his mercy, and go not aside, lest he fall. So, every time we go off, we have a chance of that being it. Alright? Every time we go aside, we have a chance of falling and not being able to get back up. Okay? It says, ye that fear the Lord, believe him, and your reward shall not fail. Ye that fear the Lord, hope for good, and for everlasting joy and mercy. Look at the generations of old and see, did ever any trust in the Lord and was confounded? Or did any abide in his fear and was forsaken? And whom did he ever despise that called upon him? Psalm 37 and 25, I have been young and now am old, yet have I not seen the righteous forsaken, nor his seed begging bread. He is ever merciful and lendeth, and his seed is blessed. Depart from evil and do good, and dwell forevermore. For the Lord loveth judgment, and forsaketh not his saints. They are preserved forever, but the seed of the wicked shall be cut off. He said, I have been young and now I'm old, and never have I seen the righteous forsaken. But you gotta be righteous. You gotta put forth that righteous effort.
Titus chapter 3 verse 8, this is a faithful saying, and these things I will that thou affirm constantly, that they which have believed in the Most High might be careful to maintain good works.
Yep.
These things are good and profitable unto men.
Yeah, so the Spirit is what profits. Spirit quicks. Okay, so you got to be careful to maintain those good works. We need consistency. That's what we need. All right? We need to be growing without slipping backwards. All right? Remember I brought out, evil men and seducers shall wax worse and worse. All right? You can't be taking one step forward and two steps back. We need to keep pushing forward. Keep pushing forward. All right?
This is Acts chapter 14 verse 22, confirming the souls of the disciples and exhorting them to continue in the faith, and that we must through much tribulation enter into the kingdom of the Most High.
Yeah, and we're gonna go through that time of trouble. That's how we're gonna enter into the kingdom of Yahweh Shem. Through much tribulation. You want the Lord to be on your side through that tribulation. All right. This is 1 Corinthians 10 and 13. It says, Corinthians 10 and 1. Moreover, brethren, I would not that ye should be ignorant how that all our fathers were under the cloud, and all passed through the sea, and were all baptized unto Moses in the cloud and in the sea, and did all eat the same spiritual meat, and did all drink the same spiritual drink, for they drank of that spiritual rock that followed them, and that rock was Yahushua. But with many of them the Most High was not well pleased, for they were overthrown in the wilderness. Now these things were our examples, to the intent we should not lust after evil things, as they also lusted. Neither be ye idolaters, as were some of them, as it is written, the people sat down to eat and drink and rose up to play. Neither let us commit fornication, as some of them committed, and fell in one day 320,000. Neither let us tempt Yahushua, as some of them also tempted, and were destroyed of serpents. Neither murmur ye, as some of them also murmured, and were destroyed of the destroyer. Now all these things happened unto them for ensamples, and they are written for our admonition. Upon the ends of the world are come. Who the ends of the world are come? Wherefore, let him that thinketh he standeth take heed lest he fall. There hath no temptation taken you, but such as is common to man. But the Most High is faithful, who will not suffer you to be tempted above that you are able, but will with the temptation also make a way to escape, that you may be able to bear it. Wherefore, my dearly beloved, flee from idolatry. Okay? So that breaks it down for you. All these different things that happened in the past, you know, it's for us to know what not to do. He said, there is no temptation taking you, but such is common to man. These things, everybody goes through these things. Alright? But the Lord will make a way for you to escape. In fact, we have the power of prayer to Yahushua, so that the Lord can make intercession for us. Alright? But like I said, your faith needs to be backed up by works. So you have something to present to Yahushua that he could present to the Most High for you. Like I said, what we need is consistency. Alright? You got something?
No, we're in the time of the end, and it just says, Iran planning attacks on Israel. You know? So, I mean, it's high time to get right. Even though the scriptures say high time to wake out of sleep, but
that's what that means.
We got to get right.
That's what that means. High time to awake out of sleep. That's what that means. It's time to get right, man. It's time to get it right. Actually get that. It's Romans 13. Romans 13th chapter.
Romans chapter 13, verse 11. And that, knowing the time, that it is high time.
Knowing the time, man. Knowing the time that we're in.
Or, you know, the scripture says, measure the time diligently.
Yeah, measure the time diligently. You know, you look around you, all these people are through. They have no idea what's going on. These people are totally bugged out. You got people walking around with Pokemon shirts, playing Pokemon Go. Meanwhile, it's about to be World War III.
It reminds me of the Mighty Ducks, the Bass Brothers. He's like, they're never going to know what hit them.
Yeah, they're never going to know what hit them. The Lord's going to come as a thief in the night to these people, man. It's not going to be like that for us because we know it's coming, but we need to put our works and our effort forward so that we have confidence that we'll be able to stand in that time. That's what it's about, building our faith to be able to withstand that day. Through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shem Yahushua, because we want the Lord to be on our side. Alright, go ahead.
And that knowing the time, that it is high time to awake out of sleep, for now is our salvation nearer than when we believe.
Yeah, our salvation is near, man. The time when Yahweh Shem Yahushua is going to do all kinds of miracles on the earth, man.
Because look, what do we have left? That's major prophecy. And it's close.
The mark of the beast.
That's it. Then everything's just going to speed up, man. And then before you know it, Yahweh Shah's going to crack those clouds, man. And then you're going to see the missiles. And then that's the moment of truth. Did you do enough? Are you the, well, really, it doesn't matter how much, it's not if you are the elect, man.
Are you chosen?
Are you chosen?
Are you chosen? That's why we've got to build our faith. So when that time comes, we can stand in boldness and confidence. Because many are going to say, Lord, have we not done all this? But if you're doing this thing right, then you have, then you can really say, I fight the good fight.
It says the night is far spent and the day is at hand.
Yeah, the times of ignorance is far gone. Alright? All this wickedness is spent. It's far spent. All these different kingdoms, all these different hells, captivities, it's far spent. Now the day is at hand. The day when the elect are going to rule in righteousness. That's the day that's coming. How Hashem outside is going to take over the world. Alright, go ahead.
Let us therefore cast off the works of darkness.
So let's cast off those works of darkness. Alright, go ahead.
And let us put on the armor of light. Let us walk honestly as in the day.
Let us walk honest in truth, man. Okay? Go ahead.
Not in rioting and drunkenness, not in chambering and wantonness.
Yeah, not in chambering, going into the secret chambers so you can do your secret things. In wantonness, being proud, being high, high-headed. Alright, go ahead.
Not in strife and envying, but put ye on all the one Yahweh Shai and Mashiach, and make not provision for the flesh.
Don't provide for your flesh, because you're gonna weaken your spirit by doing it.
To fulfill the lust thereof.
That's how you strengthen your flesh, is by doing those things that the flesh desires. this. This is the word for chambering in the Greek is koitai. It says a place for lying down, resting, sleeping in, a bed, a couch, the marriage bed of adultery, cohabitation, whether lawful or unlawful, sexual intercourse. All right. So that's the definition there for chamber. All right. Lying down, going to sleep, going back home, doing worldly shit. Hey, Lord willing, this has been an edifying camp. Alright? This whole camp has been about, alright, building your faith. That's what we're here to do. That's why it was commanded to us to feed the sheep. You know? That's why the spirit that was given to you, you know, you spread that out amongst the body. Be an example. Alright? So with that, we're going to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh,
Ba'ashem, Yahushua, Ba'ashem, Arakakadash.
Double honors to our elders, apostles, great millstone. Peace, love, and blessing to the hope of the elect, to the 1/3. Alright? So until next time, shalom.
Shalom.